Well, welcome to our monthly meeting at NETPA. This is an event we do every single month. We change the format up just so that we get to meet some employers, but also bring in some great presenters. What I'd love to do is introduce our board. Everyone's on the call right now and they all have their cameras on, so you probably recognize them. My name is Ryan England. I'm the president of NETPA. I own a company called Core Matters. And we've developed the Core Fit hiring system, which is a process that we help companies implement so that they can find better people by aligning them to the core of the company, which is the culture. So we help with recruiting, but from a culture perspective. Next up, we have Vera Lee. She's on the call right now. She's the vice president. She's in workforce development and human resources. She works with Arizona at Work in connecting community partners and job seekers with employers. Jose is on the call right now. Jose, are you there? Say hi, Jose. There he is. He's our treasurer. I think him and I have been on the board about the same amount of time, but very involved and passionate about NETPA. And he works with a lot of community partners out there in the community. Next, we have Cameron Sides, our newest board member. He is actually with ZipRecruiter and he heads up membership. So for all of our new members, all of our existing members, if you don't know Cameron, you're going to get to know him pretty quickly. And then finally, everybody knows Maggie Kasparek. Maggie is on this call as well. She's our secretary and she's been involved with NETPA for a long time. She knows a lot of people in the community. She's great at making connections. A little bit about NETPA. For those of you that have been with us for a while, last year, we went through and we really dug deep into the values that NETPA has, what our purpose is, and what we want to accomplish over the next few years. And for NETPA, we really want to connect the underserved to the right employers. And we do that by defining a few groups of people, but we're not limited to these groups of people. But it really is job seekers with barriers to gainful employment. That may be a disability, they might be a refugee and not speak English at all. They might be seeking re-entry into the workforce. So we really want to connect job seekers with the right employers who are looking to support and accommodate that group of people. We also believe in growing our community. So we're really focused on Arizona, but most of our efforts are in the Maricopa County area. And then we want to do what's a little different, a little bit unconventional, because we feel that that's the best way to really make an impact in our community. And over the next few years, we really want to create a nice intimate organization with some employers that are really focused on helping us achieve this goal of connecting job seekers with barriers. And so we aren't looking to grow and become a national organization of any sorts, but just keep it really nice and local here in Maricopa County, Arizona. So here's the slide that introduces our employers, and help me out, Maggie and Jose. Do we have all of our employers here today? Everybody make it? So representing the employers today, we've got Blue Cross, we've got Peckham, Taylor Farms, Honor Health, Royal Palms, and Valor Global. Now, I want today's session to be a little bit more open. So if you have a question, throw it in the chat. So if you want to ask a question of one of the employers, throw it in the chat. The board is here to help me facilitate today, but we really want to get your questions answered. We want to give you an opportunity to have a little bit more of a conversation with the employers so you can get to know them better. And then obviously after this meeting, if there's a way to take the conversation offline, I want to encourage you to do that. So what I'd love to do is go through the employers that are on the call right now. And I'm just going to call on you by company name because you have to forgive me. I've got a lot of people here. And what I'd like to do is ask the first question, which is tell us a little bit about your company. I'd love to know who you are, your role over there, talk a little bit about your company, and then more specifically, what types of roles are you looking to fill right now? And feel free to be specific. So if you've got some that are really challenging, let us all know. If you've got some that you just need a lot of volume of applicants, let us know that as well. So if Blue Cross is here, I'm going to go ahead and start with you. No Blue Cross?
Remember to unmute your mic. You might be muted.
Don't see them in here. All right, well, let's go with, is Peckham on the call?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hi, this is Janet at Peckham. I'm sorry, my video is not working today. My apologies. So I'm going to put my contact information in the chat. And what I'm going to talk about today, is it okay? Can I screen share?
Are you
Ryan,
logged in as well?
Yes, I'm logged in as well.
You should be able to.
Okay, I want to share our website. So our website is peckham.org. We are a nonprofit vocational rehabilitation organization, and we do have a government contract here in the Phoenix area with the Department of State for the National Passport Information Center. It is a federal contract, and we are Ability One contracted employer, which we do hire individuals with barriers to employment. They do have to be able to pass a federal background check. So that's one barrier that we cannot hire anyone that has a felony. You do have to have your high school diploma or your GED equivalent and be a U.S. citizen. So you do have to have naturalization paperwork if you were not born in the U.S. So proof of citizenship for us would be a U.S. birth certificate or a U.S. passport. It is an inbound call center experience. You are taking calls to start with in general information, and that's taking calls from people that are just seeking assistance to start with. And once you receive your federal background check, you're able to move up into several different types of jobs. One would be the applicant line, where you're taking more important calls. And I see that we have someone on the call today who is coming in as a job seeker, but he's also a current employee who's doing a fabulous job, but he's ready to move up and out, and that's Max. So if you're there, Max, I'm glad you're here today, because Peckham is an organization where we want to help people move up and out if they're wanting to. So we recognize that we have a lot of individuals that this may be their first job, or it may be their first job after a long period of time due to any type of disability they may have had or other barriers to employment. So again, it's an inbound call center experience. You are taking calls, you're not making calls, you're not selling anything, you're assisting those callers with help with their passport information. So we are located in the northwest part of the Phoenix area, right off of the Black Canyon Highway and Thunderbird Road, and I'll put that information in the chat along with my contact information. I wanted to just quickly show where they can apply. So when you're on our website, can you see our website okay?
No.
No, we can't.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're not sharing anything.
Yeah, I don't think.
I'm sorry, I thought I was sharing. My apologies. Okay, so our website is peckham.org, and then you want to go to the Peckham jobs section and then choose team member jobs. And then of course you'll want to filter down by Phoenix, because Peckham is also in Kentucky as well as in the Michigan area. So we have a lot of lines of businesses. We have several lines of businesses, but the one we have right now here in Phoenix is with the Department of State for that National Passport Information Center line.
I don't think you're still sharing. Is there supposed to be a screen sharing?
Well, I was hoping I was sharing, but apparently I'm not. I've been having problems, technical problems.
I'm going to go ahead and put the link to your job board in the chat. So
Yeah.
If
And then I
anybody
tried-
wants access to it, it's right there.
Wow, I'm having a lot of issues here. I've got a whole bunch of stuff going on.
No worries. Well, thank you for that. If anybody has any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and then we'll open it up and have a little bit more of a dialogue after this. I saw Leah with Honor Health. You still on the call?
I am. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing?
Good.
Morning.
Pretty good.
Good. I'm connected twice because I'm also having technical difficulties. Must be contagious, but so glad to be with all of you this morning and share what good work Honor Health is doing and how we're looking for even better employees to help us do that good work. So Honor Health is a nonprofit local healthcare organization throughout the Phoenix and Scottsdale areas primarily. And we are really known for our community service to the community and our outstanding medical quality. We are encompassed by 6 medical centers, both in Phoenix and Scottsdale. And our newest medical center or hospital opened in September of last year. And because of that medical center opening, as well as other growth initiatives, such as the opening of our Behavioral Health Institute and Neuroscience Institute later this year, as well as COVID-related projects, we are looking for 1,200 new employees today. So tell your friends of friends of friends and your family members too. We have about 12,500 employees and extensive medical education, inpatient rehab, our own accountable care organization, which basically means our own network of physicians for our employee health plan, our foundation, and again, our extensive community services. Within those 1,200 positions that we're looking to fill today, those positions would include experienced nurses with 1+ years of experience, food services professionals, housekeeping or environmental services professionals, IT, lab professionals, including phlebotomists, pharmacy professionals, including farm techs, medical assistants, customer service representatives, patient sitters, which are like caregivers, respiratory therapists, occupational therapists, and physical therapists, as well as many other positions, entry level through executive level, full-time, part-time, and on-call. So thank you for the opportunity to be with all of you today, and hopefully there may be some job seekers out there who may be interested.
Thank you for that. A lot of opportunity, it sounded like, so that's great. We've got Alyssa with Royal Palms.
Hi there.
Hey.
Good morning, everyone. So I am Alyssa Shawn from Royal Palms Resort and Spa here in Phoenix, but I'm also representing Hyatt properties here in the area. There's 6 of us here in the area. We have Hyatt Regency Gainey Ranch, Scottsdale McCormick Ranch, Tempe Mission Palms, Hyatt Regency Phoenix, and the Andaz Scottsdale. All of us, thankfully, have recovered well from what happened to the industry in 2020 and better than expected. So we are hiring for a multitude of positions right now, kind of all across the board. I'm gonna attempt to share a screen as well so I can show you the entire flyer. Let's see if I can do it. Can you see it? Good.
Yeah, I see it.
So you can see all these positions are open currently, and it is rotating as well. So we've got full-time, part-time, management, hourly, on-call, seasonal. Not all of them need experience either. Some of them, they'll get your foot in the door. If you want to start like as a housekeeping house person, get your foot in the door to a great company. And Hyatt is very big on promoting from within. So we'd like to see somebody come in, they start at one of these positions, and we promote as far as they want to go. Some people love staying in those positions. We have people who've been here over 20 years. And we have some people who get there, started, and have moved up into management within a few years. So
Hey,
you really
Alyssa?
kind of, Yeah.
Can you zoom in on this document a little bit?
Oh, absolutely.
People are having a tough time reading it.
Let me see.
Is that better? Oh, there we go. Now I can read it too.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
You got it. Sorry, I'm looking on my little computer. And so these are all the positions, if you want to like screenshot those. And it's, like I said, all 6 of our properties are currently hiring. So there might be one close to you. If you see Royal Palm seems like it's a little bit far because you're in the Southeast Valley, then you might be a great spot for our Tempe Mission Palms property. And then to apply, you'll just apply here at thehyatt.com/careers. And if you do so, just let me know you've applied. We do our own recruiting as well. So if you apply for the position, we'll make sure you get in for an interview for sure.
Awesome. And for all the employers, everybody, the chat is open. Include your contact information. I want you guys to be able to connect outside of just today's event. So everybody that's here, if you want to share your contact information, please put it in the chat. Make sure you're sharing it with everyone. Because I know that sometimes there's so much happening right now, and I'm sure the employers can vouch for this. Sometimes it's nice to have a contact. So makes things a little easier. So by all means, put your information in the chat. So it looks like we had a couple employers that weren't able to make it today. If I missed anyone, I did see a group of people here that I would love to. I see Sherry's here and Joanne's here from AZ Apprenticeship. I would love to give you guys a moment to talk about what's going on in your world. One of the big challenges we see with a lot of employers is they really need people with skills. And a lot of times right now, there's a lot of job seekers that just don't have the skills. But if you've got an apprenticeship program, that can really be a game changer for you, training people to come into the industry. So Sherry, Joanne, if you guys would love to speak for a minute, just talk a little bit about what you've got going on and what you're seeing out there. Love to give you that opportunity.
Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate it. Yeah. Yep, I'm Sherry Serwinski, and we've got Joanne Bueno from my office, from the Arizona Apprenticeship Office. And so we can help businesses set up registered apprenticeship programs. So if you're having a difficult time hiring and finding those people with all of the experience, a few years of experience, you can train them yourselves and through a registered apprenticeship program. We'll help you set up the program. We provide the training outline of what needs to be covered. And then once the apprentice completes, either it can be up to between a year up to 6 years total, depending on the length and the amount of work that needs to be trained on. They would work alongside your experienced mentor and learn how to do the job your way. And then they receive a certificate of completion for the apprenticeship, as well as one from the U.S. Department of Labor and a wallet card with their credential that is transferable if they were to need to transfer to another state for whatever reason.
And just to add to what Sherry has said about apprenticeship, we have found recently that the job seeker market is very small right now, and we all find every industry, every company just dipping into that same talent pool.
Right.
What's great about an apprenticeship is that you build your own talent pool. You don't have to dip in that same talent pool. You get to build it, and you get to sustain that workforce pipeline for your company and maybe perhaps for your own industry. We have a lot of different programs that are available. We have programs in hospitality. We have programs in healthcare. So there's a program that's suitable for every occupation. The Department of Labor actually has recognized 1,200 different occupations. So if you would like to attract the right talent and to be able to retain them, apprenticeship is definitely something that you could look into, your company should look into. Our retention rates, according to are very high in the 90%, and it's just been tried and tested. It's been here since the 1940s in Arizona. It's a tried and tested training model, and we encourage you to look into it.
It's great. And then I know that the answer to the question is yes. Is there a list of current apprenticeships available? I know the answer is yes, but I don't know where it's at. So can one of you speak to that and maybe even share it in the chat?
Yep. So a list of our current apprenticeship opportunities with openings is listed on our website, which is azapprenticeship.com. And then if you go under, and Joanne's putting our contact information in the chat there as well. That's the best place to look if you're looking for an apprenticeship yourself or you work with job seekers that are. And then if you go under programs accepting applications, that will take you to the list of current apprenticeships with openings.
Awesome. It's a great program and we got a great group of people that are running it. So if you're on the employer side and you're looking to create your own talent pool, it's an amazing opportunity. And if you're a job seeker and you're looking, go check out the website and see the apprenticeships that are out there. A lot of these programs that they have really help you build skills into a trade. And some of these jobs you can really be making pretty good salary pretty quickly. So definitely take advantage of that. I see Robin with Senlar. Are you on the call? I'm looking for some other employers.
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. I'd love to give you a chance to speak. And then any other employers that are on the call, if you want to update your name, just so that I know that you're with the employers, I'd love to call on you and give you an opportunity to speak as well. So Robin, tell us a little bit about Senlar, what's going on and what you're looking for.
Hi, yeah, I work with Senlar FSB. Senlar is a mortgage subservicing company. So we don't get involved in the loan origination space. Instead, we assist borrowers with answering any questions. We're contracted by banks to assist their borrowers with answering the questions that they have about their mortgages. So we have some opportunities here in the Valley in Tempe, working in our call center as mortgage servicing professionals, in either our customer service or our collections functions. And then we have a variety of other opportunities as well. Those are kind of our high volume positions, but there's lots of other opportunities. I know we're looking for we even have some leadership opportunities open right now as well. So for supervisors and managers in some of those different roles too. So there's, from all ends of the spectrum. And so it's a really great company to work for. We are currently working virtually at this time, and we'll provide you with the equipment that you need to do that as well.
That's great. All right. Are there any other employers that would like to do a quick introduction and what they're looking for? I'd love to open the floor to you. If not, I'm going to post the next question to our employers that are out there right now. Anybody? Imelda, are you it's muted again. I see you talking. Can you unmute? Hold there.
That good?
There you go.
Okay, let me take this off. Hi, well, I'm a recruiter with Southwest Network, and basically we're a behavioral health agency and we deal with mental health issues. We do general disorders, but our major population is SMIs, severely mentally ill. So we have services to try to get them to a better way of life, better than what they have right now. And we have all sorts of services. We're recruiting right now for all type of positions, all the way from clinical therapists to office assistants. So we've got a big range. With last year, we've all kind of been hit and trying to rearrange everything, but we're trying to be as good as possible with social distancing and everything else to make our case managers and all of our staff comfortable with working with members, because it's really needed more than ever now for sure. But, we try to get them counseling services, whether it's, with us. We are just outpatient. We are not inpatient. and all other kinds of services, whether it's employment, housing, rehabilitation, recovery. We're also integrated medically. So we have physicians and nurses on staff in some of our sites, and we have a couple of pharmacies in our site. So we kind of try to get it one-stop shop, which makes it easier for our members. So, you know, they're not having to run around. We do have 7 sites in the Phoenix area, outlying area. We have 3 children's because we don't house them together. And then we have 4 adult sites. So we're pretty spread out, you know, in the west side and the north side, the south side and the east side. So at this point, that's what we're doing. We're trying to recruit as many people as possible. It's been a little hard because with our clients, you do have to, we're doing a lot of telemed and Zoom and all of that, but you still have to have interaction, you know. And so it's understandable why some people are a little hesitant to apply at this time, but we're trying to make them comfortable with our social distancing and everything else. And we're just right now getting ready to start doing in-person fairs, higher fairs. And we've also looking into virtual fairs to try to get that taken care of. We have good benefits. As a nonprofit agency, we're not as well with our wages as a for-profit, but our benefits try to override, you know, that portion. But yeah, we've got a wide range, and I did put it in the chat. You can go to www.southwestnetwork.org, and you can go into the employment possibilities to get in there and just go through all of them. We're pretty open with who we hire and don't hire because we are a behavioral health agency. So we do hire people that have felonies. It just depends on the amount of time. The one thing though that everyone has to be able to do is be okay with transporting some of our members sometimes. So they do have to have a very good driving record. So we're open to all possibilities. And the major thing with Southwest Network is the passion that they have for their members. That's our #1 goal, is to get employees that are going to be out there and just giving it all that they have, because it's a very difficult industry, but it's also very rewarding. So that's what we're looking for. And I also put my own personal work email. So if anyone's interested, you can reach out straight to me. Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you for that. And I think you bring up a good point. I know a lot of job seekers are concerned about PPE and social distancing. And I just read a stat that 9 out of 10 jobs that are open right now, at least on the job boards, are not remote work.
Right.
They are on site or on location. And so anything that you guys have questions about the PPE and what the employers are doing, I mean, definitely have that conversation offline. I have yet to meet an employer that isn't doing at least the minimum, and some of them are doing quite a bit more, even though they're not always good at talking about it. Sorry, well, that's for you employers.
As you can tell, I'm remote.
Yeah.
There are a few, and we are doing more than ever before, but yeah, we still need that interaction. Yeah.
Got it.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Janet, are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
All right. Next question. You get to go first. We've all talked about the opportunities that are out there, but I really want you to talk about why Peckham. What makes you different? This is a little bit more of a culture question, which is something I'm very passionate about. But I know that, as Imelda said, you know, she's looking for people to have the passion to do what they do. I'd love to know a little bit more about Peckham. What makes you different? Talk about the culture a little bit, maybe even a little bit around the leadership style over there, just so that the job seekers on the call can get a sense for what that might be like.
Yes, sure. So, well, my goodness, I've been with Peckham for 4 years, and I have to say, I knew about Peckham before I even started here when I worked in a different capacity, and I said, I want to send people there to work because of the Ability One part of our contract. assisting in hiring those individuals with documented disability that fall under Ability One and those type of barriers. It's heartwarming for me to be on an offer call to someone that this may be, like I said before, either their first job ever or their first job in quite a long time due to the barriers to employment. So I feel we're pretty nurturing here and welcoming those individuals with those barriers. Our mission is to assist those people to move up, and again, move up within the company or move out of the company to move in their career. Case in point, I've been working with individuals that want to go into academic advising or career advising, or they want to get out of customer service and start their own business. So it's very nurturing in that fact. We're a casual environment. Before the pandemic, we did a lot of different things. We had a lot of celebrations. We're coming up on Customer Service Week here pretty soon. So within the realms of guidelines for this from the CDC and whatever we need to do, we're going to try and celebrate our team members, because I'm telling you, I just found out yesterday, and I think you're probably going to find this quite amazing. Our goal is to take around 600,000 calls for the month of March, and we're about halfway there right now. So we do have 2 locations, one here in Phoenix and one in Lansing, Michigan. But if you think about the enormity of that, almost 30,000 calls a day, you really want to be able to help people. That's why you work here. You want to help those people, those callers. I hope that's what you're looking for. Kind of a fun thing about Peckham is we received a grant a number of years ago of course, we have a foundation. We received a grant from our foundation to purchase bicycles, and we have team members that can rent those bicycles out, and staff, on a regular basis. So they can rent those out. So we're health minded, and we also on a regular basis have free fresh fruits and vegetables out for our team members as well, and staff. So we kind of try to keep track of that. Usually we have every February, but we weren't able to do that this year. We have a health and welfare health and welfare time where they can have healthcare individuals come in, and they will take your blood pressure, they'll take your blood sample for cholesterol, that kind of thing. So to kind of help you keep on track of what your own personal health looks like. And there's incentives involved with that as well if they participate. So we try really hard to incentivize our team members. We're also offering a $300 sign-on bonus right now once they certify through the first 3 weeks of training. So that's pretty much what I can say about our culture. I'm hoping that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, thank you for that. Any questions for Janet?
This is Maggie, and I have a question for Janet.
Maggie.
How are you doing?
I'm well, my dear.
Very good. Hey, could you explain the documented disability, what that means, as well as the time it takes to get your background checks?
Yes. That very good question. So even though Ability One has guidelines, we are able to hire all individuals right now as long as they can pass the background check. But in our perfect world, we follow the guidelines under Ability One, and they do have to provide documentation of a disability within the first 90 days of being hired. So that means they're working with either a physician or a clinician for any of the conditions they may have that fall under the Ability One contract. And I'm not the perfect person to give you an idea of what all of those conditions are. Maybe that's in the wheelhouse of our intake and eligibility specialist. However, it could be a physical as well as a mental. It could be seen, it could be unseen. So probably one of the, I try not to get emotional on this, but we hire people that are unsighted. So think about this. They wear a special headset that on one side of the headset, they're hearing what the computer is reading to them or whatever they're typing in. And on the other side of the headset, they're hearing the customer. So it's kind of like mom cooking dinner, putting on a Band-Aid and talking on the phone all at the same time, right? So those individuals that are unsighted or blind, they have a unique place in my heart because I couldn't do what they do. And to listen to them take calls is pretty exciting. I wish I could do tours. I used to be able to do tours. Can't do tours right now, not for a little while longer. I would love everybody to come see what we look like and how we do it. So the background check, yes. So the average hire timeline is a little over 2 weeks, and that's because they have to get a background check completed first to get in the door. And then once they're here, they have to make sure they've initiated the security clearance. And the security clearance is what is done through the Department of State. And they'll be given a case manager, and that case manager will review all the information that the team member has provided. And they pretty much review everything, and then they might have an interview. We've had some people that don't have to have an interview if they haven't had much work history, or if they haven't moved a bazillion times, or if they have never lived overseas. Their security clearance may only take a month or two. Some might take up to a year for that security clearance. However, they're still able to work while they're waiting on that security clearance. Hope that makes sense, right?
Thank you, Janet.
You're welcome.
All right, Leah, you're up. Let's talk about the culture over at Honor Health a little bit about the work environment and maybe even the leadership style over there.
Sure. So our mission at Honor Health is to improve the health and well-being of those we serve. And so in a medical community, I'm sure that you all can think our first set of customers, of course, would be our patients. But at Honor Health, we feel that our customers are not only our patients, but our community members and our employees as well. And we serve, as employees, we serve each other from one teammate to another. We serve, of course, our patients, and we serve our community members. And some of the ways that we do this is, of course, we want to keep our patients out of the hospital. Even though it's our business model to accept them and treat them, we want to keep them out of the hospital because we feel that they do better when they are healthy, and we also thrive as a community when they're healthy. Is anyone here familiar with the social determinants of health? So the social determinants of health are defined by Healthy People 2020, which is put out by the Centers for Disease Control. And the social determinants of health basically say there are certain factors that determine how we are as healthy people or how unhealthy we are. And those factors include where we live, where we work, where we play, where we worship, where we learn, etc. And so at Honor Health, we take the social determinants of health very seriously. And again, keeping our community safe and healthy. And one of the ways that we do that is we want to make sure that not only are we giving our employees, but also our patients the tools and resources to stay healthy. So one of the ways we do that is we have, we're one of the few community-based hospital systems that has a food bank at one of its hospital campuses. At our John C. Lincoln Medical Center, we have a food bank that has really been a lifesaver, literally, for a lot of our community members. And through that food bank, we're able to not only nourish our community members through food and nutrition, but also we're able to provide them with resources to hopefully sustain their health and well-being in the years and months ahead. And one of those tools and resources is we provide financial literacy coaching, for example, and housing assistance. And then also we take care of our employees by helping them upskill if they're looking for opportunities to continue their education. We're getting ready to offer high school completion as well as ESL classes this year. And I am biased, but we have one of the best tuition assistant programs in the industry, meaning that we give the ability to our employees to continue their education, whether it be a high school diploma or a doctoral degree or anything in between, classes, certificates, etc., after 6 months of employment, working 16 hours a week. So for 2 8-hour shifts, they're eligible for $5,250 in either prepaid for clinical programs of study, such as nursing or respiratory therapy, or reimbursed tuition to pursue maybe like an MBA, for example. So we really try to take care of not only our employees, but also our community members. And something that has been prevalent throughout the honor health culture for many years, and not because it's trendy now, but something that we feel is the right thing to do, is our commitment to diversity, inclusion, equity, and accessibility for, again, not only our patients, but our employees as well. Leadership style, of course, I mean, there are about 2,000 leaders out of our 12,500 employees throughout the organization. But we firmly believe that all employees are leaders at Honor Health, regardless of title. And so we empower our employees to not only exemplify our values within their daily professional, but personal interactions. And those values stem from an I CARE acronym: innovation, collaboration, accountability, respect, and empathy. And that's what we're looking for within our current leadership or our current workforce, but also within those future employees who want to come join our team. So again, leadership differs from employee to employee in terms of style, but we firmly believe in collaboration, accountability, transparency, listening, seeking first to be understood, or seeking first to understand, then to be understood. And we really, again, want to empower our employees to walk the talk and be good leaders, not only within their professional roles, but within their communities as well. I know that's a lot, but hopefully that answered your question, Ryan.
It did, but let's see if it created any other questions. Anybody have any questions for Leah? Well, if it answered my question and answers theirs, that was good. Thank you, Leah.
Okay. You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, Alyssa.
Hi again. I think we are in a lucky position with Hyatt. We just opened our 1,000th hotel up in Napa this past week. And with that, you know, we have great power because we can have a lot cheaper benefits because of that. So our medical, dental, vision is incredibly affordable. And if you're a full-time employee with us, you get that after 90 days, you're eligible. On top of that, though, we offer 401k, we offer a stock purchase plan, we have free room nights at any of our properties, we get up to 12 a year. And then we have local benefits as well with tuition reimbursement, stay over program, free meals on property. We are part of the TRP program with Maricopa County, so we have benefits for those who commute to work. So a lot of benefits come with working for a private company. On top of that, we are always looking for people who care. You know, hospitality, it's very similar. Our guests, fortunately, are more of a leisure crowd. So we always look for people who have that spirit of care already within them and expressive with that. We can teach or train just about any position that we've got open. And even some of you, like I said before, if you initially came to us at an entry-level position, we can train you to get to another position above that. With Hyatt too, they are definitely deeply entrenched in the diversity, equity, and inclusion. We do have a whole program set up for it. They have a goal by 2025 to increase our upper management by 50% to include more people of color and women. And with that, you transition all of our internals up into those positions. That means everybody keeps coming with that, right? And then we have our Rise High program, which we are purposely looking for those of individuals that are in underserved communities to join as a colleague. And then we can help them with tuition reimbursement should they want to go back to school, or like I said, to get ahead in their careers. That's what we're here for. And that's why you see a lot of our employees here for a long term, because they are happy. They love caring for our guests and caring for each other. And then they know that if they'd like to move forward in their careers, they can do it with the same company that offers all of those benefits to them. I personally have been with Hyatt for the last 2 years. I was part of Two Roads Hospitality prior to that. And Hyatt bought out that company, and it was you get concerned. Like, I was with a smaller company. We had this very tight-knit corporate family to the properties, even though we had about 100 properties. And the concern was, will this bigger company just absorb us and we change everything about how much we care? And what's really great to find out, this was a bigger company that had the same kind of values and the same purpose. We care for people so they can be their best. And I have loved working for Hyatt, and I love working with all my individual colleagues and the support that we get from our whole corporate team. So it's been amazing to join a company that can be that big, but also that purposeful in their care for their colleagues as well. Like, of course, we take care of our guests, but they're very concerned with taking care of the colleagues.
That's great. What do you guys, can you speak just for a minute on PPE and what you guys are doing in
Absolutely.
that sense?
Yes. I know a lot of things are changing here in Arizona, but for us, we do follow the Hyatt guidelines. And so we are masked up. All guests, all colleagues have to wear a mask on property at all time, including all vendors. Certain areas have to wear gloves as well. And if anyone chooses to wear additional PPE, if they want to wear a face shield on top of wearing a mask, absolutely allowed to do so. And then we provide all of that for everybody. And we have a training that we put every single colleague, we closed personally for 2 months. As we return colleagues to work, we put them through a COVID training. And as we do our new hires, we put them through a COVID training as well, with just so they understand our expectations here on property. And then hopefully they understand that they need to take some care in their own personal time as well, because anything they could bring from home would come to work. But everything is distance. Everybody is wearing PPE. You get used to it. I've been wearing it for many months. That's why when we first popped on, I was still wearing mine, and I'm alone in an office. I just forgot. I'm so used to wearing it.
Sure. Well, thank you for that. Any questions for Alyssa? I guess you did a good job as well. So, all right, Robin, are you still on the call?
I am.
All right, I'd love to ask you the same question.
Awesome.
Yeah, just talk to us a little bit about the culture and leadership over there, and the things that you're not going to see in a job description when you're online.
Okay. Well, one of the things that sets Semlar apart is that we are an employee-owned company, and that kind of permeates our whole culture. Our leadership has really taken the perspective that as employee owners, we will not do anything with our employees that we wouldn't also do for the owner of the company. So that includes, that philosophy permeates even to things like layoffs that are pretty standard corporate wide, but Semlar doesn't do layoffs. Instead, if we find ourselves in that position, and we have in the past, we choose to redeploy our people to other areas rather than lay them off to other places. We also have a great development program in place for our employees. In addition to the tuition reimbursement, we have something called Semlar University that offers training and development options, both in person and virtual options for our employees to take, where they can develop their business skills or leadership skills, other professional development opportunities as well. some of the things that are really something that our employees are very passionate about is we're really involved in the community. And we try and turn that community involvement into fun things. So we participate in a lot of walks, but we try and walkathons and to raise funds, but we try and make that fun where we're it's a fun thing to participate in that kind of motivates people, not just with the cause, but also with wanting to participate. We do food drives and school supply drives and things like that we turn into little fun competitions with the different teams so that people are trying to beat each other and to provide a service as well. So that's something that's really a lot of fun. We do a lot of social events even within our centers, or when we were there, of course, and we even found ways to, in this virtual environment that we've been in this past year, to turn those in. So, we had holiday decorating contests when we were at the site, and we turned that into something, decorate your workspace at home, and we'll take a picture of it and we'll have a little contest that way. We did that with our Halloween contest. We had people dress up virtually. And so, we've kind of tried to keep that sense of our employees being connected and keep that connectedness there even while we're working virtually. So that's some of the things I think that really stand out about Cenlar and about our culture.
I think that's great. Thank you. Is there any questions for Robin? I know we have a lot of community partners on this call, so don't be shy. This is your chance to grill the employers, the same ones that you never hear back from. This is your chance. So any questions?
Well, I do have one. I was just wondering that now that with marijuana being legal in Arizona, what did your company make any adjustment for the drug test policy, or is it what's your guys' general policy is?
At Cenlar, we're still working on how to implement that. Marijuana is legal in Arizona and in many other states, but it is still illegal federally. So that's kind of the challenge that we see some other nods of heads, that we're facing with that right now for Cenlar. We do acknowledge and honor people that have medical marijuana cards. So that would not be an exclusionary situation if somebody has that medical card already. But in other situations right now, we're still adhering to federal law, and we do drug tests. And so if that were to come up, that would be considered a positive drug test and be disqualifying.
Thank you.
Another question I got here. Anybody have part-time positions open? Oh, I see lots of nodding heads. And I imagine you can filter by part-time on your job site, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Well, thank you for that, Robin. Melda, do you want to speak to the culture over at Southwest Network? Got to get you unmuted first.
Okay, can you hear me there?
Can.
Yes, good. Well, Southwest Network has been around for quite a few years, and the leadership is always looking to, like I said, it's our members. But with that being said, they're definitely always looking for our employees to get the best that they can get, because behavioral health is a very hard industry. Our employees need a lot of support, because they're trying to support people that really need a lot of help. So basically they try, with their benefits, number one, to make sure that their medical, dental, and vision are being, supplied at a great cost, because that is something that's available. We also have an employee assistance program where if they're feeling, burnt out, things are getting a little hectic, there's a free number for free counseling for them. So that's very important. Their mental health is just as important as what they're trying to portray to the members. We have standard, the sick leave, the 40 hours sick leave. We have paid time off. It's 4.2 per pay period. So at the end of your 90 days, you can start taking that, and it starts accruing when you get on board. We have free life insurance. You can buy some extra if you want. We have long-term disability that's free. Short-term is now being charged, but it's still affordable. Of course, we have all the other leaves like jury duty, FMLA, a lot of different ones that just about all the other standard ones do. The one thing is that we do have a 403B plan. So our employer does contribute 3% to that plan after, the minute that you get on board. If you want to apply for that, you can. Our health benefits, you do have to wait the 30 days before you can get on that, but it is there. We have 10 paid holidays. I jump for joy because I've been in other places where there's not that many. So for me, that's an extra. We do have student help also for classes, as long as it's within the same realm of what you're doing for us. And that's $1,000 a year. So that's not quite like Honor Health, but we're doing good on that area. I remember working for somebody else, and I said, I used to work for someone that had like the family feeling, la familia. I come from New Mexico. And I remember them saying, well, we're not like that here. But I'll tell you what, with Southwest Network, that's what I feel like we're a familia, we're a family. Not only do we give to our members, which are, that's what we're here for, but we give to our employees so that they can continue giving the quality type of work that they do. And again, mental health is a very hard industry. It takes a lot out of you. So we try to be there, as much as we possibly can for our employees. So basically, leadership feels that they're going to treat everyone the way they would want to be treated. I hope that, is there any questions? No? Okay.
We got a real quiet bunch today. Telling you, when else do you get to talk directly to employers like this? So anything, any questions you might have. What I'd love to do is just open up to the floor. Is there any of the employers that have anything they want to add? I know sometimes you get done and I move on and you're like, oh, I should have said that. Anything anyone wants to add, by all means, unmute your mic and share with our community partners. Oh, come on. I know that's not everything. All right. Well, if no one has any questions and the employers don't have anything to add, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's call.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
A technical question. Is there some way to save the chat?
That's a great question, and I don't know how to do that.
I don't either.
Usually there's an option that says save the chat, but I don't even have it, and I'm the host. So are you just looking for the contact information of everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. We have the contact information for the employers.
Ryan, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if you look at the chat where it says file, possibly if you click on there, there might be an option to save it in some format.
There used to be.
Yeah,
there isn't right now.
I don't see anything there that would indicate.
Oh, okay. I have Dropbox, Microsoft OneDrive, Google Drive.
Cool. Jose's going to save the chat for us.
I just have to figure out how to do it, but we'll figure it out.
Thank you, Jose, for doing that. Saving that chat for us. But as I'm going to post this on NETPA's website, I'm going to put it up on YouTube so you guys can go
Ryan.
back to any of this. Yeah.
Sorry, actually, that was that when you click on that file, it's to upload a file to share with everyone. It's not to save a file.
Thank you for your technical support, because I was a little confused there. Thank
you. No worries.
But I am going to put this up online. So the recording will be available. And anybody that doesn't have a problem with it, I'm going to put links to your job website as well. So you'll be able to get that. As far as the personal stuff, if you can just grab it, and if I can get the chat, I will. But I'd love to see you guys connect outside of this as well. I don't want you to think this is just a once a month thing and that's the only way you get access to our employer members. Because I know, because I'm on this side of employers, it is really hard to find people right now. So if you have job seekers, I promise you every employer on this call is open to you contacting them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, Leah, I just have one quick question. Sorry, I missed your part about the ESL. I was just wondering, for people, is it like people who don't speak English, they just apply on the website and they tell you that they need an ESL? How does that work?
So is it Zhang? Did I say that correctly?
Yeah.
Thanks for your question, Zhang. I'm happy to clarify. In regards to our ESL classes, those will be offered for our employees as an employee benefit. And they will be first offered virtually. We have a contract with a provider that we're just ready to break glass on. And the virtual classes will include online tutoring services. And based upon hopeful demand, we will then hopefully be bringing in-person on-site classes in addition to the online classes. So we'll give our employees the option to choose between either virtual classes or in-person delivery.
Nice.
Thank you. I was just wondering, because if it's someone who doesn't speak English at the beginning, do they have opportunity to work for Honor Health at all? Or?
So because of our accreditation, we do ask that our employees be able to have an intermediate comfort level or proficiency of the English language in terms of reading, writing, speaking. Zhang, if you're asking for yourself, you're doing a great job. So you would be able to be an Honor Health employee. So, but if you're not asking for yourself, or if you're asking for a friend, that's just what we require. And then in terms of ESL, it would just be kind of self-identification, or maybe your leader that say, hey, we're offering these ESL classes. Are you interested? I would support you in doing this, for example. So if you then decide to take the classes, or if the employee chooses to take the classes, the employee would then be given the opportunity to enroll in the online classes and go as far, or use them to enhance his or her proficiency to the level he or she feels is needed or feels comfortable.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
All right.
This is Maggie, and could you just in case there's someone that doesn't know ESL, what does that mean?
Thank you, Maggie. English as a second language.
Okay.
All right. Verily, are you on the call? She's been having technical difficulties. Can you hear us, Verily?
All right. Here we go. She just unmuted herself, I think.
Are you there?
Verily?
Nope, I think we lost her again. Okay. Well, if she gets back on, I'll let her take over. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and wrap up. Everybody see the slide for job seekers and employers? All right. Getting a little bit of feedback. All right, how's this? Oh, who are we getting feedback from? All right, how's that?
You should be good to go.
Good. Oh, we're getting it again. Okay, we've got some resources for job seekers and employers. Those of you that attend our monthly meetings, you've seen some of this before, but we just want to make as a reminder. Part of our mission is to help connect job seekers and employers here at NETPA. So we want to share some resources that we have available to you. For those of you that don't know, Arizona at Work is an organization with that same focus, is to connect job seekers to employers. They've got great workforce solutions on both sides. So if you are looking for a job or you're looking for job seekers, make sure you're connected to Arizona at Work. And then ArizonaJobConnection.gov is another option as well. As I said, when we post this, we'll have links to these as well on our YouTube page when we upload the video. A couple of online learning options through Arizona at Work, and you can visit maricopa.gov/find-a-job to learn more about this, but they've got a virtual employment academy, free tips to land your dream job, including things like helping with the resume, interviewing skills, cover letters, those kinds of things as well. So for job seekers that are looking for resources to help them land that dream job, you can find that at Arizona at Work. Arizona Career Readiness Credential just really helps you to stand out in the marketplace right now. For job seekers, that's probably not as big a deal. Employers need to stand out just as much. But some of the things some of the free courses you can get are around critical thinking and problem solving, mathematics, reading, work data, communicating, teamwork, and professionalism. There is a job blast that goes out. So if you want to know about new jobs that are available, you can text AZ at Work to 22828 and get started. And you can get on the email list and get information about new jobs that are coming out. Some of our community partners and some other resources: AZ Retail Careers, Best Companies AZ, Career Connectors, Chicanos por la Casa, Goodwill, Jobvertising, Local Work, Pipeline AZ, all amazing resources for job seekers and employers as well. So anywhere that you can get connected here, we'd love to see you do that. This is a new slide for me, so I'm gonna have to read it for a second, but it looks like we've got a Diversity Career Expo coming up. We've got some great sponsors, some real big names there, and we've got a lot of exhibitors as well. It'll take place on March 25th from 10 to 1. So check out diversityaz.org for that information. Upcoming healthcare hiring event. You can register at westmark.pipelineaz.com. And I know some of these might be a little challenging to read, so we'll get these URLs when we post it up on the website. Should be ready to go by early next week. So make sure to check back on our website and we'll have all this information available for you. Join NETPA. Right now, we're looking to grow the organization with employers who are looking to connect with job seekers who have barriers to entry. It's $25 for the individual right now, $75 for the company or the organization, and you can go on our website to join. By joining, you'll get access to the information as it comes out. You'll be the first to know and can participate in some members-only events. So our next meeting is going to be Friday, April 16th at 10 a.m. We're going to do a presentation a little bit different, but we're going to have our newest board member, Cameron Sides. He is with ZipRecruiter. He is seeing what's happening right now in the job market space firsthand, works directly with employers, and he sees what's happening with the job seekers. So him and I are going to do a Q&A session. We're going to be able to open it up to employers and community partners as well. Being a job board, they're in the middle of that. They're in the middle of employers and job seekers. So they have the unique opportunity to see both sides. Him and I are going to chat about what's going on in the marketplace right now, offer some tips and some things that we're seeing on both sides, and hopefully be able to support that. And we will be opening it up to questions from all of our attendees. This is not going to be a formal presentation, a little bit more informal. We just want to be able to get you some of the information more real time than we get it once those monthly or quarterly reports come out. That's it. So I want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you to the employers for answering some of those tough questions and being available for us. Again, I want to encourage everyone to connect outside of our monthly events, just so that we can start connecting more job seekers with good jobs. I know that they're out there. We've just got to be able to find them and cut through all the noise right now. So thank you so much. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you next month.